Well, now at 11, Governor Mike DeWine has decided who will fill the vacant Senate seat when J.D. Vance becomes vice president.
We have worked to make Ohio great again, and I look forward to working with President Trump, J.D. Vance, to make America great again.
Well, Lieutenant Governor John Husted will be Ohio's newest senator. 57-year-old Husted has been a state senator, Speaker of the House, Secretary of State, and has served alongside Governor DeWine as lieutenant governor since he dropped out of the race in 2018. Now, he will serve until at least 2026, when he will have to run for re-election. 10 TV's Carla Rogner breaks down the implications of today's decision. Carla?
Yeah, Yolanda. Well, first, it leaves an open position for lieutenant governor. DeWine did not give any indication today on who he'd pick to fill that role or when, but it will also impact the 2026 governor race, in which many expected that Husted would be a candidate.
I really look forward to working with President Trump and Vice President Vance and the Republican majority, who have an America First agenda to fight inflation, stop illegal immigration, and advance conservative values, and that's what I'll do, because that's what the people of Ohio need.
An emotional John Husted says he's ready to serve in Washington, D.C. The decision did not come as a surprise to political science professor David Niven.
There was, a grand political bargain that was to set Husted up to become governor after Mike DeWine served. And that part got complicated because the race for governor in 2026 looks like it's going to be crowded.
Now Niven expects Vivek Ramaswamy and Attorney General Dave Yost will vie for the Republican nomination for governor.
Husted is still one of the last sort of traditional Republicans. At least that's where he got his career started. And he would be facing some folks who are more vocally, oriented toward Trump.
When Husted gets to D.C., Niven says he'll have to work hard to make a name for himself.
Do you think we know Husted well enough to know what to expect from him in Washington?
Well, I think we know two fundamental things. One is when he was State House Speaker, he was a very traditional Republican who would make deals to get things done. He'd pursue his agenda, but he would make deals and he would make compromises to advance it and do things in a, occasionally bipartisan way. But that was a long time ago. And I think, the experience in Republican politics in recent years has been there's no reward for getting along and there's no reward, for seeking middle ground. He's going to do the safest thing in the Republican Party right now, which is nod along to whatever Trump is up to at any given moment. And, he's going to have to spend an enormous amount of time focused on running in 2026.
Yeah, now Husted will have to get to work right away on putting a staff together and, like Niven said, get started on campaigning to run again in 2026. Niven expects that will be a competitive race.